want to like label
Yeah.
Apparently, Uni's mad that I doxed him.
This person
But
labeled me.
that's a true story.
This
Wait,
person,
you hold on.
this person labeled me. Tried to label.
That's a true. That's a true story. That's a true. That's a true story. That's a true story.
Wait, you hold on.
That's a true story.
Wait, you.
Story. Reels is fake, but you know it really clearly does show that it's most likely him. I mean, most likely him. Most likely him. Most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfect.
Name is right. The name is right. Name is right.
Most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
The name is right. The birth date is right. Name is right. The birth date is right. Name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know you in Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth. Just know Uni. You just know Uni. You don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with this name, and I don't know which. One was 36, one was 38.
I have a question.
Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with me. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you?
Just know, Uni. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with me.
How for this name, and I don't know which. 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 One was 36, one was.
Most likely him.
Name is right. The birth date is right.
That's a true story.
Just know, Uni.
That's a true story.
For this name, and I don't know which.
Just know, Uni. You don't. Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you?
Yes, I do. All right, welcome to the stream. I haven't been here in a while. Now I can tell you what's been going on. I've been receiving threats, not to me as much, but to my girlfriend for her to be doxxed. I've been receiving threats of violence, and I've been receiving a lot of fucked up shit. And I care about my kids and my family, so I laid low a little over here on the main channel, Unirock 2. And then right when I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on, Steve McRae, AT2 Productions, Cheshire, they go live on another person's channel for 5 hours, and they're drunk as skunks. And in the middle of it, they accidentally start talking about what they were talking about in private. Me being doxxed, where I'm located, and it's followed by a threat from AT2 based on my physical location. That's not all. Then last night while I'm streaming on my off networks, and you guys know that I stream on a channel on D Live called Unirock TV, Periscope Unirock TV, Mixer is Unirock, right? While I'm streaming there, actually, I'm going to turn off those networks for this stream, and I'll turn them back on in a minute. If you're on D Live, go to YouTube Unirock 2. If you're on Mixer, go to YouTube Unirock 2. I'll leave Periscope on just for the fuck of it. But as I'm streaming over on Rock-A-Lot on YouTube, which is a brand new channel. You know, sometimes things happen for the craziest reasons. I'd been petitioned by my audience that they couldn't watch D Live because it was disconnecting throughout the night. We've been dealing with this for months. But it was rare up until lately. Right before all this started happening, my D Live account started to disconnect multiple times per night. And that's the main hub for my after show and my pre-show, as you all know. And I've been moving everybody to Mixer, but they've had problems making accounts. There was only one option about a week ago, was to make one of my other channels the hub for my prep show and my after show. So I did. It's called the Rock-A-Lot channel. You can find it on the sidebar. Mods will be dropping the link. I'd love for you all to subscribe on YouTube at Rock-A-Lot, because if you haven't been watching the after show, the pre-show, or the extra streams I do, because they've been on D Live and Mixer and Periscope and you prefer YouTube, now you're going to have a YouTube channel. But you know what's crazy? Because I'm using a new YouTube account to do that, no one was banned from it. It's new. And last night I discovered this clip, and I went live on the Rock-A-Lot channel to process it, to go through it, to kind of be like, what, WTF? And to just think it through and mull it through and talk about it and everything. And guess who jumps into my chat? Mr. AT2 Productions himself. Also, I haven't been streaming as much because I have a really bad chest infection cold thing, and I've got COPD, so it sucks, but I do get upper respiratory infections a lot, and when I had that flu, been dealing with it ever since. And I sound like ass. It's hard to talk when you sound like shit. Luckily, I got these really awesome cough drops, and they work today, or I wouldn't have even done this stream till tomorrow. We're getting real lucky, aren't we? Anyway, Mr. AT2 Productions jumps in on the Rock-A-Lot channel during the stream I'm doing, right? After I talked about what happened with him threatening to come to my location and make Unirock pay for criticizing his friends on the internet. Wham, 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 keyboard warrior. I'm going to fashion him a shield out of old keyboards, those old like Tandy keyboards and IBM's keyboards. I'm going to make a sword, and I'm going to make a shield for him because that's what he is. But he jumps in, and he's real slick. He's really slick, but he didn't realize that that was a new channel, I don't think. And he'd never used it before because guess what? He was unblocked on his main account. So he jumps in and says, we're going to dox you and everyone you know, Jason, ha, 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 at Rock-A-Lot. Really weird, because if this ding-dong really knew my location, why in the world, if he's so mad that he's going to say this, doesn't he say it? Because he doesn't. But he has to make everybody think that. If you know him, you know he's a braggart. You know that that's why a lot of people don't like watching him when he goes on other people's shows. He brags. He makes shit up. He inflates stories. You know, we all know that kind of person. That's what he is. I've said that. Remember what I said a few months ago about him and Look a Pig? Remember they approached me for me to expose Fight the Flat Earth, and I said, your evidence is bunk. He didn't do anything wrong, and you guys are in the wrong. Well, when they went and listened, I did a live stream. At the end of that stream, I told you that AT2 Productions and Look a Pig are trolls. And if you leave Marvel Girl, AT2, and Look a Pig in your community, then bad things are going to continue happening, and that this would never stop. And it's been nothing but constant BS ever since I made that statement, because now I can literally prove it to you. So you're going to say, well, Uni, did you check to see if that's his account? Oh, multiple ways. See, he's slick. What he did was he typed this and he tried to retract it as fast as he could, but he couldn't because he got banned so fast when he said it that he couldn't. He was trying to retract at the same time as he got banned. It's all recorded on the Rock-A-Lot channel last night, but I've got the clincher for him. I'm waiting for him to deny that he did this with his main account because I can prove it. But I'll wait to do that because this is minor. You know, this is a minor part of the story. The main part of the story is, why have I been streaming less? Of course, I'm not going to come out and just tell you that all this shit's going on in the background. I've been streaming on the Rock-A-Lot channel. I've been streaming on my off networks. I've been sitting here trying to get all this shit done, right? I've been coming here often when I think things are cool. Oh, it's just trolling. You never know, though. That's why that's why keyboard warrior trolls like AT2 Productions do this stuff. They want just to intimidate you. They don't really want to come to your house. They really don't want, like, they don't really give a fuck about that. If they shared it, which they've been doing, if they shared it and somebody got mad and came here and tried to beat me up, they'd be happy about it, but they wouldn't have done it because all they did was share it. They're just the ones that did it, right? But what's good about this clip is that it shows you exactly what I've been saying, right? And a lot of people in this community know exactly what I'm talking about. Like me and Team and Fight have had to meet up many times in the background to try to squash these dramas that pop up. They're always involving the same little group of people or something done or caused by this group. Got me? And I literally made the declaration a million times. I said it straight to Team in a voice call. I've said it to Fight. I've told them over and over again, these are the trolls. You don't have to believe. The literal verbiage, what I said was, you don't have to believe me or listen to me now. But as long as they're in your community, these problems are going to keep happening. And isn't it weird that they help run Discord servers? They are literally injected all across the community. And when they get mad at whoever they get mad at, porn bombings, doxings, harassment, weird sock accounts saying really messed up things. Remember, my live chat has been being spammed. You've seen it if you've been here. And I've proven it by putting it out on Twitter when they do it. Spammed by bots. Well, if you watched the preparation for the Red's Rhetoric's, what's it called? DFOTY, you would have heard the 2 comments that were made. I tried to put that finger down, but it didn't go. The 2 comments that I was holding this. I didn't want to drop it. The 2 comments that were made about how AT2 has bots that he used last year to conflate the votes and that this year he'd be doing it too, right? All these little statements are all the things that I've been trying to show everybody out there. Like, look, you can go ahead and just swipe it away. Swipe or no swipey. You got a troll running around. He's one of your friends, whatever. But wait until something big happens. Well, what was the big catalyzing event that caused him to literally, in a live stream? I know it's only because he was drunk. And I know that the alcohol has reduced his inhibitions to the point where he forgot about streaming. He got mad. He got controlled by whatever, anger, whatever it is, and said this. And I know he doesn't mean it. I know for a fact that he doesn't mean it. But he sure loves pretending it, and he sure likes trolling around. Now, I'd love for him to try to challenge this. If he wants to challenge that he jumped in my chat and said this, please do. I'm waiting. I know some of the sock accounts that surround him have challenged this, but I'd love for him to make the announcement himself that this is faked or something. But guess what's not fake? Guess what's not your little trolly games? The recorded clip where you threaten me and try to dox me there. What's it? What is his? Does he use his name? I mean, he calls me Jason. Isn't it right if I call him whatever it is? So let's look at the entire clip. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to give a lot of commentary because I don't want YouTube giving me any strikes over this now. Wouldn't it be weird if I got a strike right in the middle of all this? You can't strike me if I provide commentary every 10 seconds. I'm going to up the game. I'm going to provide commentary every 3. That's like multiplying it by 300 times. That'll work, right? Well, let's see. So let's go ahead. I know what you're going to say, but Uni, maybe Jared wasn't threatening you. Maybe well, let's see. Let's take a look.
We want to like label
yeah.
Apparently, Uni's mad that I doxed him.
This person labeled me.
Okay, there's 3 seconds. I'm counting 3 seconds. So apparently, I'm mad that he doxed me. Well, I mean, you know how I feel. Years ago when this all happened, I literally told you, I literally stopped talking to you. This is why I won't talk to you on your channel, regardless of the time that's passed. And in this situation, I, being an idiot, considered that you'd grown up a little bit and you didn't dox people or didn't participate in that shit anymore, and that maybe you're not going to do that kind of thing. I said considered. That's it. Just in my brainstem. But what did he do? Well, that's the problem with these guys. They do this. They don't have a filter. They don't have a stop. And what they've been doing lately is sitting in the background doing the doxings and the harassment campaigns and the bullshit that you've come to see through these events we've been showing you up to now. And they've done it so much that they forget sometimes when they ingest copious amounts of rum and coke or beer or whatever it may be. Sometimes they forget what's going on in their chat. Now, DeFango brings up that he doxed me a couple years ago. Well, he tried. The real story, and I know he's going to be tickled purple. He finally made it back on the Unirock show. He's so happy about that. I know he play the sound effect, dum-dum. Finally made it back on the Unirock show. Sorry, I'm mean to my assistant because he's imaginary. You're imaginary. Whatever. He doxed me, he says, but he didn't. What he did was he thought he did. He had all the intent there. He went and found a guy that like he could say was me, and then he put it out without confirming it because that's just how he is. So what ended up happening? Well, if you remember my stream from when he did this, he did some random dude that lived near where I used to live. So if that's where you think I live, Jared, go head down there and do your thing, buddy. But he thought that that was me and put out the info. And he gave the info to the pizza people. Now, you know why I say pizza people. If I say pizza space, lots of talking to confuse the algorithm, GATE, the algorithm's going to ding me. So hopefully that was good enough. I'm sure it was. But the pizza people were a conspiracy theory that I debunked, and it pissed off the people that make money on that conspiracy theory. Because, yes, at that time, they were making boatloads of cash off that stupid conspiracy theory, and I debunked it. Now, he gave them the information, the false information, and this poor dude ended up getting phone call after phone call after phone call out of nowhere. He had no clue what was going on. He had shit sent to his door. I don't know if he got any type of police sent to his door or anything, but he got harassed is all I know. He got harassed and he got phone calls, okay? He's got 2 little girls and a family, and that's what he did, and the pizza guys did by sharing it on, you know, these off places in these groups, right? It incited that kind of behavior. Well, he knows that's what happened. You'd think he would have learned his lesson because luckily, since he didn't mess with me, and the guy he did it to didn't give a shit. He was like, I don't care. I don't care what happened. I'm changing my stuff. This better never happen again. Luckily, he never had a consequence because he just did it to a random guy that wasn't going to press it forward, worrying that if he did press it forward and this dude got deleted, he's probably, because he doesn't know him, probably thought something bad would happen to him or his family. So anyway, he got away with it. And you'd think he'd sit there and be like, oh my God, I literally created a separate YouTube account where my inability to fact check caused me to dox a random guy that had nothing to do with anything going on. Maybe I won't do that kind of thing anymore. Well, just wait till it keeps going. But let's rewind. Let's go. Okay, let's count.
You want to like label
Yeah.
Apparently, Uni's mad that I doxed him.
This person
But
labeled me.
that's a true story.
Apparently, Uni, that's me, by the way, he calls me Uni, is mad that he doxed me. And that's a true story. What I invite you to do throughout the rest of this clip is listen to the way they react and then put yourself in their shoes, okay? What if you were sitting in a random live stream next to these guys and you were there and this conversation happens? Let's not even think about what you heard a little bit ago. Let's just break down this little clip here. Put yourself as an exterior member to the chat. Would you say anything? Would you leave the chat? Would you be like, bro, this is fucked? Hey, don't do that. Hey, you shouldn't be like, dude, I'm not participating in even talking about this shit, guys. At this point, you're fine, right? You're like, oh, he's just telling the story. What a ding dong. But what happens next?
This
Wait,
person,
you hold on.
this person labeled me, tried to label.
Cheshire doesn't even believe it. Now, here's the thing. Cheshire knows because I sent it to her, the evidence that he did it. I don't know if she thought it was a lie. I don't know if she's trying to convince herself because she's kind of, her reaction is a little bit real, right? She laughs like, wait a minute, true story. Like, no way you're going to actually sit here and admit to it right now, right? There's no fucking way, bro. Like, oh my God. She like, acts like she has no clue that he did this. The entire internet knows that he did this. The entire internet hates this guy, not for just doing it to me, but for doing it to many innocent people. I don't even think he's ever successfully done it. Well, he has, because if you do, he didn't dox me, he doxed a random guy. But I'm, you know, he did dox someone. This is evidence that he did dox the guy. He just lied to everybody and said that that guy was me because the dude had some criminal shit in his background. That guy barely had anything, by the way. You'd think you would have tried to pick somebody who had a lot of criminal shit in their background because you basically did it for nothing. But anyway, he successfully did do it. He just admitted to it. Now, he still has a channel up on YouTube where he does all of this. It's recorded. It's not even gone. He didn't even delete it. But let's keep going because I don't care about him. I already know he's a doxer. I already know he's a harasser. I already know this is his tactic. He tries to intimidate. If you do something that affects his wallet, like if something you say, it doesn't even matter if you do it directed at him. If something you say starts to affect his paycheck from YouTube, this dude's going to do these things to you. We know that about him. We're going to get him off. We're going to take him out of the situation. But let's see what everybody else does, because that's what's relevant here. We are talking about how my girlfriend has had videos trying to dox her in the last couple weeks, week and a half, whatever it was. You'd have to go look. But anyway, there are videos where they're trying to dox my girlfriend. They've already been done. The videos are out there where they tried to dox me for 2 hours straight on a live stream. I'm not going to name the channel, but you know who it was, right? A separate person tried to do it to my girlfriend, and then that person tried to do it to my girlfriend. And we're wondering, like, it's weird because those people had just gone on Steve McRae's channel. Literally, right when Rachel, they had all this stuff about Rachel and all this stuff about doxing me. She talked to Steve, went on Steve's show after trying to dox us. So I did think that Steve had something to do with giving them personal information about me and Rachel, or at least assumed personal information about me and Rachel. Got me? I'm glad you're following me. Let's see how everybody reacts. Let's break this down.
That's a true story.
This
Wait, you hold on.
person labeled me, tried to
It almost seems like she's shocked. You're not shocked, Chesh. You already knew.
label me a
True
rape
story.
apologist.
So wait a minute. I stepped away for a second. What?
Well, oh my God. At first, I'm thinking AT2's going to jump in like, bro, that's fucked. Right? Because that's what it seems like. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the presses, sir. We just met you. We know that you claim to be the guy that created the conspiracy theory QAnon that's on the FBI watch list. Yes, that's him. Do you want the clips? Should I put the clips out somewhere where he's admitting to creating Q? He didn't do it. He was just trying to get clout from it, right? He thought he'd be the best hacker in the world if he convinced the world that he created QAnon, right? Anyway, though, let's hear what. There's AT2. He jumps in. He's not going to try to use a location that he thinks is mine to threaten me or my family. Is he? That's impossible. Let's hear it.
Story.
So wait a minute. I stepped away for a second. What true story is?
Oh yeah, somebody in the chat was
about
like,
him?
"Uni's going on right now in his stream about how I doxed him," and
You did. You just admitted to it. But watch what he does. Watch what he does. He realizes his chat's like, what? Like, you called Uni a liar for saying that, even though the videos are out there on a channel that you've admitted to running, right? Everybody's starting to realize in his chat, like, uh-oh, Defengo's lying again. Here it comes. Listen.
that's technically a true story, I guess. I mean,
No, it is a true story. You recorded yourself doing it. You got to be able to look back at what you have put out on the internet and accurately describe it, at least to an extent. Sure, maybe you'll miss some points when you re-describe something that happened long ago. Maybe you'll fudge certain points. Nobody's going to hold that against you. But if you change key fundamental things that you admitted to just 10 seconds before, then people are going to wonder what the hell's going on. But let's take your first statement. You did dox me, and it's a true story. Let's take the fact that your videos are still up on that channel, and let's take the fact that a shit ton of people that are subscribed to me know you did this. Yeah, we know what happened, but what are you going to say now, big guy?
he put his information out. You know, we went
Big
through
guy.
all of the records and stuff, and showed that it was him. I mean,
It was me. Wow. So he did it to me. It wasn't some random guy. Uni lied that it was a random guy who had to literally buy a security system, literally get his kids out of the house for a while to make sure they didn't get hurt, like go through all these life changes and this horrible thing because of you, even though that person's not connected to the situation at all. That's all a fabricated story by that evil Uni Rock. Uni's the liar. He's the doxer. He's the bad guy trying to set up the Fango. No?
According
what
to all
happened
the
then?
information that he put out. But what he's not saying is that originally it wasn't me that did it. It was this chick named Melissa Honeybee.
Actually, you gave it to her. Because I know people that hung out with Titus and Melissa. I know when you did your stuff and tried to dox me, and then they started to run the narrative. That's where Chad Lilly comes in. Remember the motorboat salesman attorney at law meme that's out there right now? We know it's you ding dong. He wants to be the motorboat salesman attorney at law. We already said you could. Can you turn your mic up, though? We can barely hear you. Okay, thank you. Anyway, do you know that Chad Lilly meme? Well, now you're going to find out the absolute truth about it. So, what happened was, he thought he had me. He sent it to the pizza guys. They put it out, but very quickly they got a lot of blowback, a lot of backlash because it was easily proven that they were wrong, okay? Not only that, there were people while I was streaming that were trying to call cops to my house, trying to call my phone, trying to do things here, and I'm just sitting here like chilling. So they knew it was a lie. So what they did was put out Chad Lilly and act like that was their dox. Titus wanted to kind of blow smoke up into the whole situation by saying, I didn't dox Uni, I doxed him with this. And the Chad Lilly is so silly. Everybody's like, well, he doesn't look like Uni. He's older than Uni by a long shot. The guy, their nose, their facial structure, their eyes, their ears, everything about them doesn't look right. And their beards grow a completely different way. So even if they wanted to allege I had plastic surgery, it's stupid. But why did he put out such an obvious non-dox saying I'm Chad Lilly? To cover for the fact that the Fango baited them with a fake one. But you can give your side. Let's hear it, big guy.
Or Melissa Zaccaria, a.k.a. the Honeybee, a Pizzagator. New York was going after the Pizzagate squad, so they all doxed the absolute bejesus out of him.
Well, I wasn't going after the Pizzagate squad. I did videos about how it was fake. The conspiracy theory. I did the video, Titus Frost is an Idiot, which is one of my best, greatest works, after he put out the Chad Lilly stuff, right? But go ahead.
Rachel and everyone.
Yes, they did dox Rachel, though. Luckily, not her location, but everything else about her, and harassed the living fuck out of her. That's proud, isn't it? But did you just hear what came through the mic when Rachel was brought up? Did you just hear that? I mean, do you know how Google Hangouts works? Have you ever participated in a Google Hangout? Let me explain it to you, because at this juncture is where I not only completely rescind my support for the shills, as I did on Twitter when Dick started to go around talking literal shit on me non-stop. But I'm more than that. I will say that watch working with them, because they are likely to do what you're about to see. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because not only is Dick there, there's another little wiener hiding over here from the shills. And they both don't give two shits about what was said in front of them, or that they're in the hangout, or that they could have just at least said, dude, that's fucked, or anything whatsoever. Now, it's my right if I recommend a channel and I want to undo that recommendation for my audience so they know how I feel. That is normal. And when I did it on Twitter, I did it the nicest way possible. I literally told people that I rescinded my support for them and that I wished them all the best luck in the world and all that. It was after that another shill popped up and started flipping. We'll talk about all that later. You know, I know it's a really touchy subject, but let's get into Dick Dawson for a second. Hangouts work for when you talk into your mic, or if you bump your mic, or if you scratch around on your mic, or move your mic, or you hit the table connected to your mic. Or if you laugh, then you're going to pop up on the screen. So I just want to talk about the little clip we just saw really quick. Let's see.
Pizzagator. New York was going after the Pizzagate squad, so they all doxed the absolute bejesus out of him.
Well, everybody knows that. Everybody already knows that. You're literally just speaking old shit. Yes, I busted it. Yes, I proved how you can prove to yourself that Pizzagate is fake. Damn it, I just said it out loud. We're going to be demonetized. Yay. But more than that, though, yes, they did try to dox me. They failed, and it was because of you, as you admitted already. But keep going.
Rachel and everyone else.
See, that's what bothers me. When Cheshire went on the shills, I let it go. If you look at the date, when I rescinded my support for the shills. I didn't do it when Cheshire went on the shills and talked shit about me on that show. I let it go. I have tried not to pull other creators into this situation. But when you know that the content that's being done by Cheshire and Steve McRae are nothing but bashing Katie and then me when I criticized him, you have to know that if you're going to go chill with the dude, it's going to happen again. And if you hang out over at DFOTY and they start talking shit on me, well, you're injecting yourself in the situation when you participate in it. So don't go around telling people that I brought any of you guys into this. When I mentioned one creator's name, Team Skeptic, it was in the beginning of the whole situation with Katie because he'd already talked about it to some extent. He'd already been around Steve while Steve was doing this. And all I did was ask his opinion about the last thing that had happened, which was... And if I can recall, there's been so much going on. It was right after I criticized Steve, and then Steve started to lie about me. And I said, dude, Team will weigh in with me on this. He'll be able to freaking get through this shit. He doesn't have to say anything publicly, but he can at least, let me show it to him and give me like an opinion here and help me work through this, right? Because he's never minded doing that ever before. But the minute that Steve pulls Team into an actual hangout, brings up the subject, talks about it, and asks Team's opinion on it, after it all blows up and the people start turning on Steve, now I'm bringing in the other creators. I'm not going to be guilt-tripped about this story anymore. I'm not going to be harassed by your doxing. I don't give a shit if you're trying to find my location. You could go out there and all you're doing is showing everyone in the community who you guys are. And yes, Dick, even you. I am not talking to you, Dick. You don't ever have to talk to me again. None of you guys ever have to talk to me again. But my point is, why in the world are you just sitting there laughing at this shit without even saying anything like, well, I don't agree with that? Because let me just talk to the community at large. Wouldn't you expect somebody in a live show where it is disrespectful for Defango to bring this shit up and Steve to push it and AT2 to threaten me? But I don't want to hold it against you guys, but I don't know why you didn't just pipe in with like, yo, I don't want a part of this, or that's fucked up. You laughed about not me being doxxed. You didn't laugh at all. You laughed when my girlfriend was brought up. That's what pisses me off, Dick. And Dick, I'm sorry, but I have to say one little thing here and I'll leave you out of it. Wouldn't you be pissed if it happened on my show and it was your damn girlfriend or your family that was brought up? Wouldn't you? Have you switched places in this at all? Have you put yourself into my shoes at all? Or is it because, when you guys liked me, you wanted everything from me and I was the best guy ever. But now that I'm criticizing Steve, well, he doesn't matter anymore. So, no, I'm not going to put myself in his shoes. And fuck it that his fucking girlfriend's being brought into this and that his family's being brought into this. Not by me, not by you, Dick, but by the people around you. I'm sorry if I'm going to judge you the tiniest bit in the back of my mind for giggling about it and not after giggling being like, bro, that's fucked or something. But let's take a listen.
And then we're sharing it around. So if he wants to be correct.
Wait, who was sharing it around? There, Defango, you just admitted to sharing a dox. Whether you believed it or not, you just admitted that you thought it was real and you shared it. You gave it to a bunch of people that you knew were pushing extreme far right-wing conspiracy theories that are now on the FBI wanted or top warned about conspiracy theory list. It's really F that you do this stuff. And someday, when you get deleted off the internet, do not come blaming me. This is your fault. It is your fault that you dox people. It's your fault that you participate in this shit. It's your fault that you don't run your show and hit the mute button when this shit happens or kick people off or whatever. That's you, big guy. But it wasn't even that because it was you on your show saying this. It was you on your fucking show, dude.
Random Rants of Ryan doxed him first.
No, he didn't. You're lying again. He didn't even care to mess with me. He doxed Rachel. You're lying right now, but it's probably just because you don't know, so maybe... No, I really do think you're lying. You know that he didn't dox me, that he doxed Rachel, but you know what? You can't get shit straight, so whatever, bro. Just talk.
Actually live, online or whatever. And later on, I made some Lark Wars videos that just, was me going...
This part of this stream is massive because he is admitting that he says and claims that it is me several times. Then he tells people where to find the information. That is by all intent, by all explanation, straight out doxing in this video. He thought it was me. He claimed it was me. He convinced everybody it was me. But that's not all. Maybe if it stopped there, I'd shut up. but he literally tells Steve's audience, Dick's audience, Cheshire's audience, Dead Kennedys in Space audience, Bullinator's audience, the rest of the people in that chat, exactly where to go to find the claimed docs, which by all definition, Cheshire, pay attention. This is what it looks like when somebody gets doxxed. Not what you were claiming last week.
And looking at that stuff and being all like, ooh, Unirock, is this real? Is this
real? Is this not real? You just claimed that it was real, you ding dong.
Fake. But, it really clearly does show that it's most likely him.
It really clearly does show that it's most likely him. Like, it could be him, like it's a 50-50, 90-70, 60-80, 120 plus 45. It could be, even though I just said absolute, even though I just said it's factual, it could be. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Doesn't matter. He thinks it is. He's claiming to them that it is. What do you think Steve's doing right now in this? Because he is there. What do you think he's doing with what Defango just said, recorded on screen? What do you think he's doing? Can we, I don't know, you want to do a guess? You want to, hold on, let me, busy, come on, dude, hurry up, ding dong face. Let's go. Could it be like, can we do a guess? You want to do a guess? Like, what's Steve doing right after Defango doxes Unirock, according to Defango, and tells people where to find the info? What is Steve doing? Type it in the live chat. What's he doing in the chat right now? Tell me. Let's hear it. Let's go. Say it for me. Well, screw it. I'll just go ahead and let you know. He's looking up the info and talking about it live on the air.
I mean, everything
Cheshire still thinks it's absolutely hilarious.
lines up perfectly.
The name is right.
You're going to hear Steve in a minute, but then AT2 chimes in. So AT2's been really vocal in the last day because of this, saying that he didn't dox me. He didn't talk about my docs. He didn't do anything wrong. Uni's lying about AT2. Dick Dawson's claiming I'm lying about him. He didn't even listen to what I said before he said that, by the way. Damn, he does have a lot in common with Steve, doesn't he? Anyway, now we got AT2 chiming in. Now, AT2 is admitting to, one, seeking out information. He knows this before this. AT2 already knows. He's already seen it. He's already gone through it. He is attempting to locate me. Now, a lot of people will say, but he didn't dox Uni because he didn't share it. Okay, fine. Don't give a fuck. But listen to what he says. This is what matters. This is what I'm trying to get you to
right.
Hear.
The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right.
Which you are wrong. You don't have to believe me. If you want to fucking dox some dude again, go ahead. But I'm just telling you, you may want to actually think about it first. It's too late, though. He's already been sharing it. But anyway.
No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni.
I'm not going to go into just how much I know either, AT2. I won't go into just how much I know. I'll make that deal with you. You don't go into just how much you know. I won't go into just how much I know. Okay, deal.
You don't want to fuck with me.
Yes, I do. I don't believe you. I think you're a braggart. I always have. I've said it out loud so many times that you hate me by now. You should have took it as some real criticism, because how about you just go back and click any of your streams and listen to the way you talk? The shit that you say about certain subjects, and that's as far as I'll go. I'll hold that back a little bit. Is absolutely off the wall insane. Every one of your stories is insane. Every one of your things you say. You know what? You are a braggart. You're someone who takes things that have happened to you in your life and you exaggerate them for other people to impress them because you care so much about it, what everybody thinks and says. You cannot handle criticism. You and Steve are literally meant for each other, and now we know why you worship him and you're his troll. But more than that, you like to take little things you've seen happen or stuff that happened to somebody else and then tell the story years later like it happened to you or it was you. That is my opinion of you, since you're being so kind to give yours of me and opinions about me. But I'll tell you one thing. I call your bluff. You're a keyboard warrior. You do not intimidate me, or I wouldn't be doing this stream. You do not scare me. I will take precautions to protect my family, though, but because I can't just be a bad father or a bad boyfriend. I can't let that happen. If you're going to make the threat, I'm going to take precautions. But you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to contact Team YouTube because this is blatantly against TOS. But I did you a lot of favors. At least I did that. I went and sat down and talked to people that have authority in this community. The people that Steve likes to bring up as people that are on his side, the one that have PhDs and degrees, and asked them what they thought without including your name. And all of them said it was a threat, a blatant threat, and meant to be intimidation. Then I told him it was you and heard the same thing. And then I played the clip for people and everyone agrees. Everyone also agrees you're full of shit. Everyone also agrees that you're full of shit. But I'm calling your bluff, big guy. I'm calling your bluff. Let's hear it again.
Name is right.
Most likely him.
Cheshire's gone into extreme damage control mode at this point. She is trying to interrupt. She is trying to speak up. She is trying to let the others know subtly that you can't say these things online. They're against TOS, in my opinion. But she's not having any luck because they're drunk. And DeFango looks a little loopy. I don't know why, but, you know, maybe somebody knows why, but I don't. And they are not listening to Cheshire. But she does manage to change the subject in just a few moments. You know what's crazy? On my after show over on the Rock-A-Lot channel and the Off Networks, I literally pegged Cheshire for doing just this for Steve over the last week and a half every time this topic's come up. Every time that Reds and Chesh and others are around Steve in a hangout, when something big happens, they reiterate what he says, they talk for him, and when somebody jumps in to call them out, you know what they do? They like to protect him by changing the subject or tossing shade or distracting that person. And if it gets really bad, then they gang up. They like to gang up. And if you watch this stream, if you go watch the rest of this stream, woo, baby, will you not see them? Because that Science First guy, who I do still disagree with on the fundamental point of that stream that I criticized him for, but he jumps in to try to make the claim about the RA stuff Steve was talking about here after this happens, and all they do is jump on him, all they do is scream at him, and all they do is flip. But this is what's important.
I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
The name is right, the birth date is right, the town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with his name, and I don't know which. One was 36, one was 38.
I have a question for Steve.
I know which one of them.
Horse lady's making a claim in the chat.
One of them
Horse
is
lady.
white.
We want to like label.
Yeah.
There, it just ended, and they literally stopped talking about it and changed the subject. Horse lady's making a claim in the chat, and that is more interesting, according to Chesh, than AT2 threatening me with my location. Now, there's a million ways I could roll this one. I could go into, you know, the differences of the different threats and what he could have possibly meant and if there's anything else he could have meant, but I've already done it before I came here to stream. I've dotted my I's, I've crossed my T's, or I've dotted my T's, I've crossed my I's, and I already have made up my mind, but everybody else has too. This is blatantly a threat. There's no other way to take it. Of course he's going to claim it's not. His YouTube livelihood depends on it. Isn't he running some kind of non-profit money collecting thing right now too? Let's leave that out of this for now, because I could go into all the different GoFundMe's money collecting operations that's been led over the last few years and the validity of some of them, but I won't do that. Like I said, AT, I'll keep a little bit of the information to myself, but there's no doubt at this point that he's trying to intimidate me by using my family. Now, this comes after people have been trying to dox Rachel openly on YouTube. And you guys know it because I'm talking to my community. Fuck all the other ones. There's people out there that know about this because I put it out yesterday. I waited till today to see who's going to rescind their support for AT2. Who's going to rescind their support for Steve after this? Who's going to chime in and actually say, dude, that's fucked. They shouldn't do that to anybody. People should have spoke up. This is fucked up. I tried to wait to see who in that community would respond. And of course, you know what they're doing? They're trying to get me to sit down and talk to Steve. They want me to sit down and talk to him. You know, I said, my response was, oh, good. You mean you did rescind your support for him, right? Because people have rescinded their support for me for criticizing Steve. So you definitely, if you are skeptical and you apply the process and the thought process and not the person, if you don't judge based on a person and you're judging based on the fucked up shit that's going on, you should have had my back way before this. But even if you didn't want to, so what? You should have had it here. And they didn't. They've known about it. People are talking about this all across damn Twitter sphere, YouTube sphere, Google Hangouts, other things, because I called them out last night. All across Periscope, which is Twitter, all across the Rock-A-Lot channel, got a shit ton of people watching and a shit ton of views, and a shit ton of people have approached me since I put this out and let me know how they feel. And I haven't had one of them that will identify themselves as a member of the community that disagrees with me on this. But if you will disagree with me, put it on your YouTube channel. I'm putting it on mine. You put it on yours. Let's see you play this out there and look your community, your YouTube subscribers, dead in the face the same way I am, and ask them what this is. Or how about you just take the script of that last threat and you take out who said it and who it was said to and ask your community, is this a threat? Then go into this. Because I think you guys want me to sit down and talk to Steve so that you could try to keep doing what you guys have been doing this whole damn time, giving him an out, giving him an excuse. Well, I'm sorry. In the same way that DeFango doing what he did back then, now I've ignored him up to now, in the same way that the community turned on him for what he did, how he was so blatant with it and upfront with it. I don't understand how any of you aren't criticizing at least Steve, not for jumping AT2 for what he said, or AT2 and just jump on him and just rescind your support for that ding dong. Has anyone done it? I haven't seen. If somebody's done it, if somebody has rescinded their support for AT2 Productions, I would only expect the people that have streamed with them, who do have him on their show and those things, I do expect those people to be the ones that weigh in. At least because they hang with him. They have him on. I've had him on my show. I'm rescinding my support for him completely in perpetuity even. But if you know of a YouTuber that has rescinded their support for him, type it in my chat. Because ironically, without even watching my videos and seeing the evidence of whether Steve is being honest or not, there have been people out that are friends with Steve that are not, that have rescinded their support for me, ironically. Think about that. Think about that. But did you catch Steve's little quip here? I mean, you want to see what Steve's doing? Because I can break this down all day. I can stay live for an hour breaking this down. Because I know some of you guys out there are going to be so dense that you're going to try to defend this shit. You're going to try to defend AT2. You're going to try to defend Steve. You're probably going to try to defend DeadKennedyInSpace and Dick Dawson. And I'll go ahead and take Dick out of the equation. I'll take him out of the equation. Even though he called me a liar last night, I don't know how. He didn't even elaborate. Let's see if we'll just take Dick out of the equation. There you go, Dick. You got nothing to worry about. But let's leave DeadKennedyInSpace in the equation and talk about what he did. And you tell me what YouTubers that have worked with AT2 any time in the last few years stood up and rescinded their support for him after me putting this out last night. Let me know. Busy. That's the game show music, ding dong. Thank you. Now, let's talk about... I'm sorry. I forgot to play it. I forgot to play the Steve part.
Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with this.
So let's process this. So here's what Cheshire says, because I just heard her above everybody else. Hold on, guys. I got a question. There's somebody in the live chat. She's trying to change the subject. What's Steve doing?
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with this name.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with this name.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you? There's two people with this name.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How
I would like to- I have a
there's
question.
two people with this name, and I don't know.
Now, Steve is trying to interrupt to further identify me. He's taking information that he thinks he remembers about me when me and him talked and giving it to Defango and AT2 so they can try to compare Defango's docs to the age that he remembers me say I was. That's what Steve did. So for those of you that have defended Steve, you can fuck right off. I'm done with you. I'm going to wave it in the air like I just don't care, playa, okay? I don't care if you got 1 million subs. I don't care if you got 2. I don't care. I don't care if you donate to me. I don't care if you unsub. I don't care if this YouTube channel burns to the ground. I am done with all of you that support Steve McRae after this. But let's judge Cheshire, and let's make sure, because I'm not going to unfairly hold it against anybody. Let's judge them each on their own shit. Let's see it.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How
I would like to- I have a
there's
question.
two people with this name, and I don't know which people with this name, and I
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
how
I would like to- I have a
there's two
question.
people.
Steve is saying, how old is he? Live. I don't put out my age. Go back and look. I don't do it so that these guys can't do this. It's ridiculous. What does it have to do with the evidence I put out exposing Steve McRae for cyber stalking and harassing Katie Joy? What does this have to do with the evidence that I put out about Steve McRae cyber stalking and harassing Kyle Curtis? Well, shit, I forgot to tell all of you guys what we've been doing on my other channel for the last week or two. See, while I've been live streaming here less, there has been threats and all of that, and I've been chilling off on the off networks, just playing a new video game that's awesome, by the way. You should come hang out and watch because it gets intense, and I'm really good at it. But even more than that, we were going to do what we did for Leslie Bass with the versus mode. You remember that once it all ended, once I got fed up with the story, I said, I'm going to go back and look at the entire story and do a sum up video. It was before I did versus mode part 2. In prep for versus mode 2, which is where the Super Chat Fund drive was criticized and their evidence was exposed as fake. In fact, I don't know why I don't just do all of this into a big giant video right now and fully expose Steve McRae with every lie, with every harassment, with everything that's been done. I don't know why I don't. I should take the time to do that. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. But let's give you a preview of sorts. Have you not watched me expose Steve McRae as, one, a liar, a con man, and someone that's willing to lie to the audience and the community at large in order to shove hate out at a bigger creator and try to bring that creator down unfairly by framing them while at the same time taking money and deflecting it off to Leslie Bass so he could say, I didn't make anything, you can't call me a scammer, while using fake information? You need to go to versus mode part 2. Leslie Bass deletes her channel. Steve McRae loses it. Emperor versus Empire. But let me give you a preview of sorts. My last live stream proved that the Super Chat drive asked for money using a lie to back it. That lie was that Katie struck Leslie's channel under false pretenses. So now I'll prove that. Then give... I take my time. I do it right. Well, let me show you the evidence. Steve said that Katie took down Leslie's channel, and because she did it, you should donate money to Leslie and hate Katie for filing false strikes. But I proved that Leslie's channel didn't go down that day. Or that it had went down a little bit of time earlier from her playing Teen Mom episodes on her live stream. And I proved it with hard evidence, Social Blade data, other website data. And then what did Leslie do? You remember, don't you? Well, here, you want the evidence from the Social Blade? Do you want Steve admitting that he did not check and verify whether Katie took down Leslie's channel or someone else did? He just went and told the community that it happened. Okay, well, you got your evidence there. But Leslie put out an email to try to convince all of us that Katie Joy did it, to frame Katie Joy, and Steve said it was real and perpetuated it without checking it. We looked at it under a microscope. Not have I only discovered that it was fake, but other YouTubers have found that it was fake for many reasons, which you can find in this video. That's what this video does. But even more so, I show direct. Oh, this is also where Steve says that I have lost all the honor from being in the military and being deployed to war. All my honor is lost because I criticized Steve McRae. Now, this is why Team Skeptic stepped in to say that I was a dickhead, because he said that I was lying on Steve, and Team didn't even bother to check Steve's Twitter account. It's sad because I like Team, but sorry, I can't support it anymore. What about where he went to other networks like Facebook and lied to say that I had forgery, identity theft, and domestic violence, bully tactics? My bully tactics have caused a suicide, but he conveniently put in question marks without any evidence of this and never elaborated further when evidence was demanded across the internet for his claim. This is something else that I prove Steve McRae does to defend and deflect himself. And I went and proved the most absolute thing, once more evidence that Steve pushed everything I just told you without checking. December 15th, weeks after he did the Super Chat drive, he's saying, I didn't figure it out and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go do my due diligence 2 weeks later after I took $1,200 from everybody. Now, then I pull up a clip after Leslie deletes her channel after being outed that she shared a fake email and framed up YouTube for striking her. I find a clip of Leslie Bass. Well, there's not much I can really say other than show you.
I'm gonna have to verify that or else she'll come back at me and say, I didn't say that. I didn't. She said, I heard a rumor that she might be having my husband's by proxy. That's what I heard. So, and I don't, you guys, by the way.
Katie says, I don't have Munchausen by proxy, and Leslie says,
yes, you freaking do.
Yes, you freaking do. Wait. Did I skip one of those clips? What about this one?
In that live stream.
Do you have a community guideline strike or a copyright strike, Leslie?
Because I got hit with like a copyright.
That's her telling us when it happened. Weird. But better than everything else, I poked the boomer at the end of it. Did I say poke the bear? Oh, I did say poke the boomer? Good, because I meant to say poke the boomer. Okay, just making sure. I didn't want to misread the teleprompter, big guy. Now that's versus mode part 2. Now you know why Steve hates me. I didn't make any of this up, like Team says. Oh, he made it up in his Discord and tried to use it against Steve. I didn't do that. I put out hard evidence that can be verified by any one of you out there so that you can check for yourself and not have to listen to a goddamn word I said. That's what skeptics do. That's what debunkers do. Steve hates me because I debunked him masterfully. That's not all, though. I'm going to talk to Steve, most likely on the after show, so make sure you come. We had like...
Look, there's no beef between you and I. I love Uni. I watch his stuff. I listen to him probably more than anybody. I think he does great commentary when he's informed. Unfortunately, tonight he wasn't.
This is pretty big, you see, because this video shows the exact moment when Steve knew that I had hard evidence to expose him to the community, and he knew what was coming. So he tried to turn you all against me. I really don't mind if you're all turned against me. You see, you can live in ignorance and claim to be the skeptics and the debunkers that you are without caring to view the evidence about what happened in this situation in perpetuity if you'd like. But I will not. You see, I made enough mistakes when I took Steve's excuses for why his evidence would come, and it never did. I made enough mistakes in letting Steve come on my channel and dictate the flow of my show. I made enough mistakes when I exposed my audience to him when he wouldn't even let me ask him questions without changing the subject, or he wouldn't let me get deep into a story without having one of his cronies deflect it. All of this from the video Versus Mode Part 2 and this is an earlier video, my response to the last few days involving Steve McRae, my update, it took 2 days. It did take 2 days. That's what I was doing while I was down. These types of videos take time. That's why he doesn't make them. You understand me? That's why he just goes and grabs somebody who has some talent, or he goes and grabs somebody who could talk for him, and then goes live while he sits around in the background on his show, finding people's locations, talking in his little troll Twitter groups, instructing people to do things like this.
Most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
Yes, I do.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
Oh, I won't be threatened or intimidated. So the only thing I can say, big guy, big skeptic, you big, awesome, skeptical guy, you. Yes. Shut up, Izzy. I get to say it. Yes, I do. Oh, that's not all. In fact, it's only the beginning of the story. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, Steve, you got what you asked for, big guy. You got what you asked for. Because before you went at me, guns blaze, boomer guns blazing on the back of your horse. Yee-haw, cowboy, yee-haw, woohoo. Okay, shut up, Busy. I can be silly if I want. It's how I handle things. Before you came at me guns blazing, you know what you asked me to do? You asked me to get to the truth in all of this. And I have gotten to the truth on everything I've shown you. But I decided, I got to keep my word. It's really weird. I doubt that somebody like McRae, AT2, Cheshire, Red's Rhetoric, I doubt they just do this once. I doubt that after all their time on YouTube and all their fans and communities and all that this is the first time they've done this to anybody. So while I was taking some time down to try to deal with the fact that people were doxing my girlfriend, where my kids live and where I am, it's trying to at least, I sat on the After Show Network. Some of you know what I'm talking about, but many don't over here on this channel. If you want to find out after this show, go to the channel Rock a Lot on YouTube and hang with us, or go subscribe there if you want. But while I was kind of figuring everything out, I wasn't just going to not work. You guys pay me to work. And Steve asked me to do this. So I decided to go back and start looking at everything, every claim that an individual has made, or a group, against Steve McRae since he first appeared out of the endless void that he came from, the boomer void that he stepped out of, the boomer shadow, if you will, the boomer abyss, if you... Okay, leave me alone. And what I found will shock you all. So I'm making 3 videos instead of 1. The 1 video I've been working on for the last couple weeks, of course, is the end to Non Sequitur show, Steve McRae versus Without a Crystal Ball Katie. Working on that one, and I'm going to end it out like I do. I'm going to end out it fully. A final versus mode. 1 from Steve's side, 1 from What Happened and Katie's side, and the other with the ending. Let me give you a sneak preview. You want it? You want a sneak preview for that? Because I also, in the last few weeks, have I've solved the mystery of the GDC. Now, I still have to interview a few people. And if you're one of those people that I've said I'd come talk to, I mean it. I will come talk to you. I'm trying. But I have to be able to stay on, to do things a little bit differently when we're getting threatened, when we're getting people trying to dox Rachel and shit like that. So that's why I have not been reaching out to you guys as much. You're welcome to come talk after this. We can have a group chat about all this. Drag can come. Nate Brody's welcome. Anybody that wants to jump in my chat on Rock-A-Lot after this is over. I'll pull you guys into a Discord or a Hangout and we'll chill, okay? But until then, the GDC is the other video I started working on, and I've solved the mystery. I know what happened. I can give you a little preview of that too. We'll decide that later because I'm still going to give you a preview of the final Katie versus Steve video. But the other thing I've been working on, and you're going to poo-poo your pants. You're going to go poo-poo in your pants when you hear this. So you might want to grab your Unirock brand diapers. Yes, I want you to play the goddamn commercial that I made. Why did I make the commercial if you're not going to play it when I refer to our new product? What do you mean you lost the commercial? Busy! I don't care how much of that stuff you smoked. It doesn't mean you can delete videos I make. Anyway, Busy doesn't have the video ready, so I'll just tell you. You could go and order on our website Unirock patented Pampers. For those moments when Uni's dropping crazy truth bombs that change the fabric of entire communities in a single instant, you may want to wear one in case you go doo-doo or pee-pee in your pants. Those are the Unirock patented Pampers at unirock.com. Busy, I know the video is better. Don't delete it next time. God. I'm looking into the Non Sequitur show situation again. And the day that I made a major breakthrough on the Non Sequitur show story, the one that I put out many videos on Non Sequitur and given you what I've had up to then. I'm going to be doing more videos on Non Sequitur because I made a discovery. I found an old unlisted live stream where a person named Shannon Q confronts Steve McRae. Here's how I found it, because it's spooky and it's mysterious. So I was going back and finding every video someone's ever made that criticized Steve McRae, and I found a few people that you need to go watch. One's named Dragnot Silvis. Some of you will remember him because me and him had a meme war a few months ago, and it was funny. I think he agrees. I have apologized to him slightly. I haven't talked to him face-to-face yet, and I will apologize to him face-to-face when I see him, and he knows that. He's waiting for it. I need to talk to him. But I have apologized to the other person you need to watch, which is Nate Brody. You need to be a little faster on the sound effects. Well, please. Nate Brody. He's a lawyer. He's an ex-police officer, and he's done a lot of commentary around Steve in the past, too. In fact, he was an integral member of the great debate community. I'm losing my voice. I have an upper respiratory infection. We got to get this done. But Nate Brody, you need to watch him because Steve stopped me from watching Nate Brody in drag. He would tell me how they're trolls and they lie. And then he would show me a few clips of them trolling Steve because they would troll Steve. So I'm like, yeah, they are trolling him. So you know what, dude, I'm not going to watch any troll stuff. I don't want to see it. Well, when I went back and watched Dragnut's videos and Nate Brody's videos, there is a great one on Drag's channel. I don't have the link, Maybe one of my mods will try to pull it up for me in the current live stream room. I will go there now. So if you guys can just drop Drag's channel link at the bottom of the current live stream, that'd be great so I can show it. But Drag did a video where him and Nate Brody are breaking down a part of the non sequitur, court case. And it specifically was the video that Steve told me was a troll video. And I did try to watch part of it. And I jumped out because they were like doing some little jokes and stuff. And I was like, screw it. And I wish I would have watched for 5 more minutes, because if I would have, it would have changed the entire fabric of my last video on the non sequitur show. I did a video where I told people that Steve had won the lawsuit. And I did it because he gave me paperwork. He explained the paperwork to me. I'm a ding-dong when it comes to legal shit. I'm just telling you. I have no clue how it works. I don't care how it works. It's not me. But do I got it? Here we go. Thank you, whoever dropped it. Thank you. Now, Dragnot. Dude, I love your original username, Gasoline Dreams. It's awesome. He did a video where him and Nate Brody are breaking down some stuff. Is this Drag's channel? Yeah, he does a lot of stuff on what's his name? G-Man, because he used to actually debate with G-Man and stuff. He knows G-Man. G-Man was a member of the GDC. Isn't that crazy? But if you scroll down, you want to look for the video where Drag and Nate Brody are talking about the last non sequitur thing. So here's the video, the title of the channel. Oh, I'm not subbed. Okay, let's get subbed. Here it is. It's hard to find it because I don't know how to spell Dragnot. I always mess it up. So anyway, that way you can take a screenshot, do whatever you got to do. Anyway, though, in that video, nothing really crazy happens other than they break down that paper that Steve described to us here on this show, remember? And I was like, they're coming to completely different conclusions. But what this guy, Nate Brody's saying now makes sense because he is a lawyer, and it does sound like Steve kind of schmoozed me through this paper now, because he says that Steve's lawsuit hasn't even really started yet. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know shit about the law. So I am telling you to go to Nate Brody's channel and actually look and hear what Nate has to say. He is good at the law. Okay, I misjudged him. I did apologize to him. I'm shouting him out now to maybe hopefully make it up to him so he doesn't hate me forever. Anytime he wants to come talk to me, he knows he can come talk to me. Anyway, though, so now there's a claim. There is a claim now. There is a claim that Steve's telling the truth and his lawsuit's over, or they're saying that it's just begun. Now, that's not the important thing. As I'm finding this video, as I'm listening to this whole video, and it's actually a really good video, it gets towards the end, and they start to have other people join the hangout and talk to them, and I'm like, I'm playing Tarkov. I'm in a fight. I'll turn it off in a minute, and then I hear it. Then I hear it. The Moab of the situation, the biggest piece of evidence that I never saw, that none of you have seen. He says, the guy that joins says to Drag, hey, Drag, do you remember back when the Death of the Non Sequitur show was happening? It was like the day before or something, right after they recorded it, and Steven Reds went to Red's channel, and they had a discussion about what was going on, and Shannon Q jumped in. As soon as I heard him say that, I was like, what? And I paused my stuff. I go over, I replay it. I'm like, what? So I said to everybody, we need to find that video, because that video was massively important. I'd never seen Shannon Q weigh in on this shit. I didn't know what she had to say. And the stuff that he described really piqued my interest. So I was telling everybody we needed that, and then my computer crashed because I need a new hard drive. I really need a new hard drive. That brings me to, do you like my show? Do you want me to keep doing live streams and putting together content and doing these types of really deep dives that we've been going through? You can support us by joining the channel or www.paypal.me/Unirock. It is not required, just letting you know. But my computer crashes, and I say to myself, I go to my live chat with my phone, and I'm like, bros, my computer crashed. I'm not starting it back up. It's like 3 or 4 a.m. We need to find that video. I go to bed. And I wake up the next day, luckily wearing my Unirock patented Pampers, because I had a Moab mess. That's a really good name, a Moab mess, when I realized that one of my Discord members actually found the video of Shannon Q of the full conversation. And then I said, okay, we're not going live on Unirock 2 tonight. We got to hear this because it's massive. And there are several timestamps that you'll be seeing in some future videos, because Shannon calls out Steve for lying about some stuff in the very beginning of this story. The things that Steve admits to are things that if you watched my videos, if you're my subscribers, if you followed my work and you watched my opinion on non sequitur, you will hear direct contradictions between what Steve admits to in that video and what he told us on this channel and what he told us on his channel and what he said on other channels and what he told us in Hangouts. Literal massive things about the non sequitur breakup that completely changed the fabric of the story. And he admits to them literally in front of everybody. He lied. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm making this statement and I'm not showing anything. I would, but we're an hour and 15 minutes into a live stream. I will refer you, though, to the Rock-A-Lot channel. Well, no, you can't watch it there unless you... I will refer you to my Twitter, where I link to the Rock-A-Lot channel or to Periscope to watch that video, okay? It'll have some title like, Busy is a motorboat salesman, attorney at law. If you find that... Okay, shut up. I'm trying. But either way, you're going to see it, because we're going to watch it right here, okay? No problem. I'll hook you up. This week, we're going to get into some shit on this show, bro. We going to make up for the fact that I wasn't live streaming over here now that I know the people that are sending me the threats and the people that are trying to dox my girlfriend are these ding-dongs. Because these ding-dongs are ding-dongs. So honestly, I'm not going to let them intimidate me. Before I had no clue who it was. Now I know. So we're not going to care about their threats. We're not going to care about this stuff they throw at me to try to get me to not talk about this. But now you understand why this happened. It happened because I'm getting close to the truth on 3 things that make the fabric of Steve McRae's presence on YouTube and social media. And it's why when you listen to Steve after hearing me and talk and seeing this evidence, you're going to start noticing repeat behaviors constantly that lead to things like this.
You know, was me going and looking at that stuff and being all like, ooh, Unirock, is this real? Is this fake? But, you know, it really clearly does show that it's most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is he? There's 2 people with his name, and I don't know which. One was 36, one was 38.
You drunk, Boomer? You drunk, Boomer? And you just showed everybody the truth.
I have a question for Steve.
I don't want that.
Horse lady.
Just know, Uni. 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 Just know. Just know. Just know.
See, because one thing I've noticed ever since looking deep into the situation is that Steve McRae doesn't have any content, okay? He was on non sequitur. We don't know if he was 50-50 now. We don't know if he wasn't. That's all contested because of some stuff that happened that I'm going to tell you about in 2 seconds. But he doesn't have content. Steve, this is what I do. I process massive amounts of information, and I look for those little admissions. Those little slip-ups, those little lies, right, from the people that are telling them. And thanks to you talking so much, my God, do I have a lot of them. And damn, son. But let's get back to what I'm telling you really quick, because this isn't it. Like I said, I hear Shannon Q confront Steve about some stuff early in the video saying, I'm not going to out you, Steve, but if you keep acting like Kyle had to pay you money and you know, if you keep acting like this, I'm going to drop the bombshell on you. Basically, you're going to hear it yourself. You will hear it here, and you can see it on the channel now. But Steve comes back in the beginning with, no, Shannon, no, Shannon. Well, as it goes on, Shannon starts noticing the same things I've been saying for weeks, that Reds and Chesh and other people are trying to butt in and take long discussion that has nothing to do with major breakthroughs in what's going on in the conversation to distract and roll it out. But Shannon's good. Okay, I don't agree with Shannon Q. I've seen her debate, and I don't like some of her stances, but damn, is she good, because she didn't let any of them derail the conversation. What Shannon did was, after they got done with their long thing, she'd get right back to getting to the core of the subject in that conversation. And she got Steve to admit that he did tell Kyle he did not want to be paid. So does this mean that Steve didn't have a 50-50? Does it mean that he did? Does it mean this? Does it mean that? What it means is that there is a reason that Steve McRae did not get paid by Kyle Curtis. Now, keep that in your head. I have the admission. I will play it for you here if I have to, but we'll get it here in my video I'm going to put up in just a few days. But what matters about this, he didn't tell us that. He had me think that he was trying to get Kyle to hold it for a short period of time so that he could do some checking, some fact checking. He admitted to telling Kyle to hold it for 1.5 years, all the way up till then, till he started asking just weeks ago. Okay? That's the problem, because you need to have a thought process. We have to ask ourselves a question at this point. If Steve and Kyle were in a business and Steve said, well, I know I'm owed money, but I want to leave it in there to gain interest and stuff like that, so I don't got to pay taxes right now, whatever it may be. Actually, I think it's a very major reason. I really think there's a major reason behind it, but we'll get to that some other day. But if Steve didn't take his money, then something happens to their business that destroys it. That's the problem here. There's a lot of people that have been left with just these weird assumptions in this story, and I'm going to correct them. Do I think that Steve wasn't a 50-50 partner? I don't know. I have no fucking clue at this point. I have suspicions. Luckily, we'll be able to get to that in a minute. Do I think that Steve should have been paid? Yes, I still do. I really still do. Do I think Kyle's messed up for not paying him? Of course. I still stand by the things I've said, but I still need to correct the lies that came out of him when his story changed as time went on, or at least show them to you guys so that you can hear everything, see everything, and make up your mind. And that's what my video is going to do. It's going to correct those things that he changed as time went on to make people support him more with the non sequitur situation. Now, in the process of me realizing this stuff, I start thinking out loud, talking to the live chat, trying to figure things out. And I go live the next day. And all of a sudden, an account pops into my live chat. Guess who it was? I would play some music and do some dumb little busy talking stuff. I just said, I'm not going to let you talk. Stop. I would do that, but to save you the time, because I can barely talk right now and I need a cough drop, what ended up happening is that Kyle Curtis jumped in my live chat on the Rock-A-Lot channel on the non-sequitur account. Now, I wanted to come here and tell you about this days ago, but with these threats and these things coming through, I didn't get to. And luckily today, now that I know where they're coming from, I don't care about them anymore, and I'm coming here to tell you everything, no matter what they say, what they do, and they're going to have to deal with the platforms on what they've done. I'm sending the evidence in, because it has to do with my family. I've made this statement over and over. If it was just them threatening me or talking shit on me, or if he had said he wanted to beat me up or something, fine. But when he says he knows where my kids and Rachel live and then talks about how I don't want to fuck with them, I don't know what he means. And I know he's a liar and he's a braggart and he's a fucked up dude, so I am going to report it just in case. I got to be safe when it comes to those things. You can't blame me for that. He can't either, because he should put himself in his shoes and asked, what if I would have said that to him? He'd be virtue signaling this thing to the sky and back, peeps, and you know it. But where are we at with the story? Kyle Curtis jumps in my live chat, and everybody got pissed, bro. Steve had a freaking hernia, dude. Oh my God, he's probably got some hemorrhoid cream and shit now. Grinches need the hemorrhoid cream, y'all, because they flipped. They flipped. The threats were just going out there. People were just bugging. All because Kyle Curtis jumped in my live chat and said, Uni, email me at this email address. And I emailed him. I made sure it was Kyle. It was Kyle. And I emailed him back and he emailed me. Now, that I was supposed to get a hold of Kyle Moore yesterday and get toward interviewing him so that I can finish versus mode, Steve McRae versus Kyle Curtis, non sequitur. Okay, that's going to be the title. I want to finish it, and I need Kyle's side. In fact, Steve should have never been surprised that I asked for Katie's side in the beginning of me covering it when Steve himself asked me to cover this story. Team, others out there, that's right. I'm only in this mess. You want to say I interjected myself? I caused this drama? You're wrong. Your whole community knows this. Steve asked me because they watched him do it. He asked me to make a video on him and Katie. He did. He asked me earlier on in the story to continue my coverage of non sequitur. So I'm going to finish it the right way. Now, yesterday I would have talked to Kyle Moore and I would have got him hopefully on the show. And if he doesn't want to come on the live show, that's fine. But I would have talked to him and interviewed him offline, because when I do these stories, I offer the other side a chance to come tell me their side, even if they hate me, even if they love me, even if they don't like me, even if they think that Busy is a ding dong. I don't think you're a ding dong. I know you're a ding dong. Ding dong, shut up. Sorry, I will stop being mean to him. I know you guys don't like it. It's a dynamic that me and Busy have since he's real and he's physical. That's right. Busy also lives here. Busy does. You got doxed, Busy. You got threatened, Busy. I don't know what butter has to do with any of this. He's really weird. Back to the story, though. Then Kyle gets a hold of me. All this other stuff starts happening. And of course, every day I'm having to weigh, how do we handle this? Where do we go? What do we do? How do I get this done? Do I live stream? Do I not? One thing's for sure, though. I haven't really streamed on this channel, have I? And with all this garbage going on, I could have had some pretty big banging live streams. I could have got a bunch of super chats. I could have got a bunch of members. I could have got a bunch of views and watch time, right? I could have made me some damn money in the last 3 weeks, but I have barely done shit. You've barely seen me over here on Unirock 2, and I don't get that many views over there on the other networks other than Periscope, so God knows how many of you even know what's going on or anything. But one thing's for sure, I wasn't trying to manipulate this story for money, or I would have streamed every day and not cared about the drama and just went crazy and batshit and blah, 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 kapucha. Everybody likes the kapucha. That was an Onision reference. They may not know. I want to make sure they know, okay? Back to the story. Now we're almost up to current time. We're almost up to current time here, okay? We're almost, as some would say, in time. Busy, mute my mic for a second and pause it, please. Is my mic muted? Busy, why the hell are you late on every sound effect? Every sound effect. You know what I want you to do. Get with the sound effects and do it right, or you're fired. You're going to be fired. Unmute me. Am I unmuted? Thank you. I'm back. We're almost up to current time, or end time in the script of the show. So that's good, because now you kind of are caught up with what's going on. This story sucks because these guys are supposed to be skeptics. The people on the external of the story are supposed to be skeptics. Many of them have talked to me. Many of them came to me and gave me their word that if they ever had an issue with me, they'd come talk to me behind the scenes or even in public if they wanted. But they would at least come hear my side with anything that happened. And I would do the same for them. Many of them have come to me, talked to me about anything going on, gotten my side. I've gotten theirs. And we've worked together to stop drama from going out into the flat earth debunking community, even to a point sometimes where I don't even like it. I don't even like it because sometimes it's felt like we were withholding information and I voiced my opinion, but I had to go with what we were going to do. So what do I mean? Like when I called AT2 a troll months ago and told you that if you stayed in your community, this kind of shit was going to keep happening. Or when I told you Look a Pig was behind some of the porn bombings with Jared and they were all mixed in with trolling this community like crazy, including the Flat Earthers or some of those other things that I put out. When Sean or team or anyone else came to me, if they asked me to do something, I would do it. As long as they knew that I would not prevent it from going out on my channel, that I would just wait some time for things to die down before putting the stuff out. So now that AT2 has attacked me, I'm going to release a video of him coming into my Discord server, knowing that he's being recorded, and let you hear all of what he tried to get me to do to fight the flat earth. I'm going to go pull some of the clips from his live streams that he did over 6 months attacking Fight the Flat Earth. I'm going to show you how Marvel Girl, yes, the Marvel Girl that runs the Discord servers on Team Skeptics channel and Fight the Flat Earth channel and other channels, and how some of the other people that are close to Marvel Girl, Look a Pig, and AT2 came and tried to get me to cancel Fight. I'm going to give you the proof that I defended Fight and stood up for Fight and actually put my neck on the line to call out Jared so he would stop attacking Fight. I did lose subs when I did that. I did it so that they wouldn't have to. And it's fucked that they've attacked me and not even come to get my... You want to attack me, do it. But you promised me, Team and Fight, you'd come to get my side of a story. And if you go back and watch my channel, the both of you, you suck up your pride, you watch the edited videos, you don't got to sit and watch live streams. I know you're busy guys. You will, if you are evidence-based, if you are skeptics, if you're honest, you will change your mind about Steve McRae, AT2 Productions, Look a Pig, Marvel Girl, and even Sean Hufford. But it's up to you. If you guys want to keep doing all that, I don't care, man. I just don't like when you lie on me. The community doesn't like when you lie on me. And I know you've been fed false information. But what do you do when you've been fed false information? You do what I've done in the last month. You have the fucking balls to stand up and tell the community where you were wrong. You have the damn care to stop making content that actually feeds you and your family, to get down and figure these things out so that they don't fester in a community and keep happening. You put all the evidence together. You do all the work that needs to happen. You put it out on your channel, not hide it somewhere. Eventually, you put it out on your channel once it's done, once you're ready, once it's there, so that the community isn't treated like a bunch of babies, because they are adults. They are smart. They are not stupid. They are not dumb. And you're treating your community, my community, and the greater debunking community as a whole like they're a bunch of idiots when you're defending Steve McRae for doing these things. I don't even want you to cancel Steve. Holy shit. What was that? What was that insane thing that was just said? I do not want anyone canceled. I don't believe in cancel culture. And Dr. Misha told me something throughout this. She told me the fundamental part of cancel culture exists when you take sides. I'm not asking the community to take sides. I'm not asking any creator to take sides. I'm asking you to have the nerve. I'm asking you to have that thing that makes you debunk people like Nathan Oakley, that makes you debunk people like Nathan Thompson for ripping off people that are in a vulnerable state to the point where they'll believe in a flat earth due to a tragedy or due to something else going on in their life. I'm asking you to have the same fucking fire that you have to debunk them with evidence that you have and apply it to this situation. No, legal can even leave me out of it and you can flip me off and ride away in the wind. But at least apply it to Steve McRae, Cheshire, AT2 Productions, DeadKennedyInSpace, and the others that participate in this damn trolling bullshit. Because now that I've done my speech, now that I've done everything else, I'm going to eat a cough drop, so it's going to take about 30 seconds. So I can keep talking. I'm going to tell you what Dead Kennedys in Space did. I'm going to tell you where to find the evidence so you can make up your own damn mind and not have to trust or believe me or him. You can just go ahead and look. Then I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go to my after show channel, the Rock-A-Lot channel on YouTube. ROCKALO. T. Yes, T. How did you talk 3 times at once, Ding Dong Face? It almost seems impossible.
You don't want to fuck with me.
How
I have a
there's
question.
2 people with this name, and I don't know what.
Just know, Uni. Just know, Uni. Just know you. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with me.
Yes, I do. All right, give me like 10 more seconds. I just bit the damn cough drop to release all the cough droppy goodness. Give me like 10 seconds. I can already talk better. Okay. I don't know about you. Actually, I almost guarantee it. I guarantee you probably struggle with depression. Or at least have a family member that does. And it's one hell of a thing, man. You know how I know? Because I struggle with it too. I don't talk about it. I don't use it as a weapon or a shield. I don't try to devalue it that way. I find it to be one of those things that is personal, at least for me, and I don't bring it up a lot. But some people have wanted to say that because I've responded and did some things, that I am using depression against a member of the community named DeadKennedyInSpace. So I offer you some evidence so you can make up your own mind at whether I did or not. Go to the Twitter conversation that we had, and it better not have any deleted tweets because you're going to see about 10 of them from DeadKennedyInSpace. It is going to be a tweet where I mentioned the shills, so it'll be easy to find, and I rescind my support for the shills. The first one. I'd like any of you that care to actually see it. In fact, I'll do a video on this just to help you out. I got so much time, bro. I got so many things to do. I got to catch up on all that's gone on. Might as well update the hell out of the channel, right? I'll help you out. But until then, you can go to Twitter and find where I first rescind my support for the shills. I was kind. I wish them all the luck ever. It was not done out of nastiness or a rush to judgment. In fact, it was the opposite. I let them have many shows. Let's say multiple shows, multiple conversations. The reason I use the word multiple, because that was the thing. That was the thing that I said when I sat down to talk to my following about whether or not I rescind my support for the shills. I took it seriously. I didn't want to affect their channel in a negative way. I wanted to assume that they were just caught up in drama. They were brought in by him. They were pulled into the situation because I know that's what happened. And I still know to now that that's what happened. At any point, if Dick Dawson would have come to talk to me like he lied to me and said he was going to do, and I do have the DMs, just so you know, this wouldn't have happened. So why did it happen? One, I put out a tweet that rescinded my support for the shills. Then, DeadKennedyInSpace responds almost instantly and says, "What did we do wrong?" ? I'd already known that the dude was sitting there talking shit about me for I don't even know how long, because members of the damn shills like me. I'm not going to try to get any of them to have any crap, so I'm not going to mention any of them or the people that tell me what's going on, but I didn't even care. It didn't matter to me. I responded to DeadKennedyInSpace. You can see where I did it, and I said, you and Dick can come on my show and actually talk to me about it. Then I link in that thread purposely, whether or not DeadKennedyInSpace would have said anything or not, I wanted to give the reason why I was rescinding my support for the shills. So I linked the tweets that Steve did that had something to do with, I believe there were 3. I'm remembering now, so I'm not making a positive claim. You'll have to go look, make up your mind yourself. I'm telling you where to find it. I put 3 that I remember tweets up that were screenshots of what Steve said about my military service being completely undone, all honor, all whatever being undone because I criticized him over the Katie video. And yes, that is what happened, community. You can be in denial all you want. It's not going to bother me. I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to go out there and force you to look at it. But for those of you that do care and think it's messed up if a creator tries to misrepresent something on their show before they delete a video. By the way, did AT2 and Look a Pig and all those guys and a bunch of the people in the audience, did they criticize Team Skeptic for deleting the video where he flips out on me? I don't mind that Team did. I'm just saying they've criticized me for removing a video that Sean Hufford talked me into removing live. So they know that it happened. They know it was true. They watched it happen on D Live. So I don't know if he didn't know or something. He had to. He was in the chat. But the point is, back to the story. You see how it's unfair? The criticisms they have at people, one, don't mean shit. If I want to unlist one of my videos, Reds does it all the time. Nobody flips on him. But I'll be damned if Uni's not a dickhead for doing it, right? That's why I typically don't even care in these situations. But now that it matters to a pattern of behavior, I'm going to bring it up. Anyway, DeadKennedyInSpace responds to me linking those 3 tweets with a shit ton of very nasty, just disgusting behavior. Okay? The rest of the community that supports him forgave him immediately and blamed me for doing it because they're liars, because they suck, because I don't know, they're caught up by the fact that he says, I'm depressed, so you can't, criticize him for how he acted. Well, then you can't do it to me either because I'm depressed, but I'm not going to use it that way, so go right ahead. Criticize me till the cows come home. Whatever makes you feel better. If it helps your depression, Dead Kennedys in Space, to yell at me, to turn me into the bad guy, I'll be that thing for you, bro. It's no skin off my back. So do it. But, the more you go out and lie to the community, the more evidence that I have to own you in an upload. And I'm just letting you know, bro. It's coming. Shit, did the stream restart or something? It's saying my stream restarted. It's telling me it did. Hold on, let me try to reload the damn thing. Come on, damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm reconnected. Can you guys see me, Nana, Joelbot? Are we live? It could just be my playback that's messed up, but I do not want anyone messaging Dead Kennedys in Space. I really do think there's something wrong with the guy, okay? So let me say that one more time with no music or anything. Leave him alone. He doesn't know what's going on. He has no clue what's going on. He yells and screams and flips out and acts just... I don't know why, because he acts that way, but then expects me, when he knows if somebody... Like, the whole thing was about him being mad that I politely rescinded my support for the shills. And he literally blows up like a baby. He can't be called out for it. You can't say anything to him because he's got these people that hang around him that are just like patting him on the back like, yeah, Unirock's the bad guy. Well, now you got to go out and tell the community that Unirock's the bad guy. Okay, we will. I don't care. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Complain about me forever. Just know that he did this. He's the one that flipped out. He's the one that bugged. And if he would have, you know how you know this next part's true? Because I did it. I let it go. Okay? I didn't bring it here, did I? I'm only bringing it here because he's done nothing but go into all my live chats and lie about what happens so that he can gain some type of weird type of support. So here's what he's doing. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up. He goes to my D-Live channel and spams a bunch of insults and shit and gets kicked out, then goes and cries to Glober Mom and other people, Thoughts by Jay Brown. The big bad uni guy. Yeah. He kicked me because I said something nice in his chat to criticize him. And you guys got to stand up for me. When in reality, he spammed. He control copied and control V pasted and spammed into the chat. Insults. They're recorded. There are screenshots. Go get them. Search for them. Find them if you care about this stupid situation. Or just go talk to him and tell him to quit trolling me. Because if he is going to keep trolling me, I'm going to do a video on him. It's really easy. You don't want me to do a video on you? I will be as fair as humanly possible. He's still doing it, though. He didn't just do it on D-Live. He didn't just do it over on the Rock-A-Lot channel. He didn't just do it on Mixer. He didn't just do it all networks as many times as he could with sock accounts and everything else. He then paid to be a member of my channel and went around and cried about how he got banned after he paid to be a member. Of course you did. You spammed again after joining the channel with control paste. So, dude, you already know why you're getting kicked. You're doing it on purpose. You're doing things like joining the channel, going around spamming out, just so you can freaking sit and cry about how I kicked you. I'm going to kick you. Come back. Come say something right now. Pay another $5 to join the channel because I'll kick you again, bro. Because you're a liar. That's the truth. Sorry. We recorded it. We've got it. Okay? Now, if you want to let this shit go, fine. Just keep trolling me, though. Because I'll just do a whole video about it. I really don't mind. That way, when someone searches for you, they get a nice little tagged, here's the real Dead Kennedys in Space. Because this little timid dude that you see on his channel, he is an Omega troll, dude. He gets triggered so easy. And you guys already know this. The people that support him know this about him. They come to me and say, Uni, don't say anything about him, dude. He's just really messed up in the head. He's having a hard time. And I say, okay, I won't. Until he does it 6 more times. Okay? That's the issue. It's just like another creator involved in their little group called Marvel Girl. Marvel Girl's done nothing but the same thing. She got mad at me when I wouldn't expose Fight the Flat Earth. Yes, Marvel Girl was the one next to Look a Pig and AT2 that demanded me. I told them over and over, I am not going to talk about Fight the Flat Earth's military injuries and use it as a criticism of the man. An hour-long conversation about how I'm wrong and I need to use it because of this reason. No, that's not a good enough reason. I'm not going to use his military injuries or his service to attack him. No. You don't understand, Uni. You know how many times I heard you don't understand, Uni, in that conversation on 2 separate days? It's just too much to see the amount of lying that goes on in this community. But like I always do, I go out, I'm open with you guys. I tell you what's going on. I talk about it on the after shows. I talk about it, I let you guys be involved. There were 30 people in the general room while I was talking to Look a Pig, AT2 Productions, and Marvel Girl, telling them repeatedly that I did not want to expose Fight the Flat Earth because they had nothing on him. Everything they had on the guy. You remember this because I freaking updated you about it. So why am I talking about it now? It's the same kind of behavior. After that didn't happen, after I set up a meeting with Fight said, okay, are we good? And they were like, yeah, we're good. And then Fight ignored them, obviously, at least for the most part. He had to talk to AT2, which is insane, by the way. They blame me for not exposing Fight. They blame me for setting up the meeting with Fight. It's Uni's fault that we went into his server and demanded that he exposed Fight to Flat Earth. Well, it's not. It would have been my fault if I would have done what you wanted me to, threw Fight to Flat Earth under the bus for hosting a charity for a girl and literally making her all kinds of money because she had an injury out of the kindness of the dude's heart. And then the only other point you guys had was that Fight was injured and he said his left shoulder but pointed to his right shoulder, and we were all like, you don't even know that he did that. His webcam could have been flipped. No, you don't understand. It could have not been flipped. It wasn't flipped. No, it's like, bro, my webcam flips all the time. You'll see this mic thing go that way sometimes, and I'll have to fix it. It does it. It resets. And I'm saying all these excuses, like, that's not even a point of contention. If he pointed to the wrong shoulder, it doesn't mean he wasn't injured. I'm not going to criticize him. And I've been attacked relentlessly, and it's all these reasons have piled up. Whose fault are they? I'll let you make up your mind. Because you can go back and see what I did. It's recorded. I actually talked to you about it and broadcasted it. I actually let you be updated about what was going on, and I didn't hide the shit from you. So you know what I did. I let you sit in the Discord server and listen to them do it. But even more than that, Sean Hufford heard them. So I am going to invite Sean to tell the truth. What did you hear Look a Pig, AT2 Productions, and Marvel Girl say for 2 days in my Discord server? Let's see if Sean will step up and call out AT2. And while I'm at it, how do you feel, Sean, about AT2 threatening me with this clip?
Line or whatever. And later on, I made some LARP Wars videos that just, was me going and looking at that stuff and being all like, ooh, Unirock, is this real? Is this fake? But, it really clearly does show that it's most likely him.
Yeah, that most likely there, big guy.
I mean, everything lines up.
You have to make it sound like it's me so that you can say that some random family didn't get harassed because of you. Just so you can sleep at night. But anyway, here it comes.
Perfectly.
The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a
You don't know my birthday.
particular state
You only know my name because it's on my PayPal.
in the Midwest is
I literally have never hidden it from my audience.
right.
I don't tell my audience my birthday, and I don't tell my audience my location.
No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know.
Well, why don't you? Why don't you go into what you know? Because you're a liar. You're a piece of shit. And you are outed. You're outed, bruh. Let's finish it off with that, and let's head to the Rock-A-Lot channel.
Just
you're
know,
outed.
Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is you?
Yes, I do. So, let's go ahead and wrap this around. I've given you a little tiny reminder of what happened with Steve and why he's acting like he is towards me now, which is a complete contradiction to the way he's acted about me for the longest time. But Steve has no evidence. He has nothing to use against me to explain why. I've given you AT2 Productions and Steve and Cheshire literally sitting there. Instead of Cheshire saying, AT2, you can't say that about Uni. You need to take it back. You need to stop this shit. She realizes, oh my fucking God, me and my troll internet husband AT2 are now completely outed, right? And I got to change the subject. Steve is drunk like he is from wake up to sleep every day since he realized he was wrong about Katie Joy and literally did harass her for an entire 8-month period and could possibly lose his YouTube channel once Team YouTube is notified and actually looks into it. No matter how much he deletes, no matter how much he privates, no matter how many times he takes down his Twitter, cleans it up on the back end. It's on the way back machine though. Go right here and find everything that Steve McRae has ever said at this website. Everything Steve has tried to keep from people. Wayback Machine, and you go to the Twitter for Steve McRae _ You grab the entire link to his Twitter and put it here and hit browse history. It's like Christmas for those that are skeptics. I would suggest you start right when the whole thing happened with me. Because my God, is there a lot of timestamps? Is there a lot of recorded timestamps of Steve's shit? And the nice thing about the Wayback Machine, Steve can't delete it. He can't change it. I guess he could try to like get one of his bot farms to go knock it down, but I'm just playing. Now they don't have, you know what, the important thing with this, these kind of people, doxers, harassers, liars, they don't have power once they're outed. And yes, I do think that's why Reds and other people will not out them and continue to defend them because they are his friends or whatever the hell the reason is. And he won't out them because it makes him look bad for supporting them. But it doesn't really unless you defend them. If you do out them, you do apologize, everything's good. It will never happen, by the way, because Reds has been defending Steve since the Great Debate Community days. All of that will be in a video. He's been one of the main reasons why Steve got away with taking an entire community from the people that were in it. That's why G-Man hates Steve, by the way. But even more than that, when these types of doxers, harassers, liars are outed for what they are, what happens the next time they attack somebody? People put these clips up on Twitter or on YouTube and they tag them so that when somebody hears Steve McRae talk in the future, now they're going to hear him sitting here trying to look up a dox while live on YouTube like a ding dong. The next time AT2 Productions starts trolling somebody or even has a suspicion of it, you could share this and tag him in it because it'll show his true nature, the thing he hides behind the screen. You know, with that keyboard that he uses as a shield and a sword. The next time Cheshire tries to deflect for Steve, you're going to pay attention. You're going to be like, what did Steve just say now? Because Cheshire just did that thing she does again where she deflects. And the next time you send them money, all of them, any of them, Patreon, Dono, whatever it may be, you know what you're funding. You know now what you're funding when you monetarily support Cheshire, Steve McRae. Oh, I got to do one more thing before I do that. Hold on, Biz. Can I rewind for like 5 seconds? Dick Dawson and Dead Kennedys are too weak to be able to stand up and even say a couple words to criticize Steve and AT2 right now. Like, dude, don't say that shit about Uni. All he ever did was try to help people, do content, help creators grow, connect people together, help people get their fucking member buttons and their join buttons and shit. Don't do that to him, bro. Or I don't support this. Even a quick little, I don't support this. I would have been fine, Dick. But now I'm not. I don't care. Go ahead, go bye-bye. I do have the DMs where I tried to talk to you after I rescinded my support for the shills. and you told me you were going to come on my live show. So I went and started the live show and waited for you for an hour and a half and kept saying 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 20 more minutes, and then just never showed up and then just disappeared on me before you went back to Steve's channel and then eventually did this just a few days later. Yeah, I have those, just so you know, but I don't care. I'll let him go unless you keep messing with me, and I'll drop him. It's all good. Dead Kennedy's in space. I already talked about him, but this is why he is here and doesn't speak up. There's a reason why they don't speak up. That's my point. But more importantly, when you support these guys with monetary, with cash, when you give them Patreon money, when you sub, when you give them watch time, when you like their video, when you dislike their video, yes, dislike works too. It's good for them, not bad. When you do any of those things for anyone in this little group, and I do mean, I'm not talking about Dick here, I do mean AT2, Cheshire, Steve, you are supporting this behavior.
Live, online or whatever. And later on, I made some LARP Wars videos that just, was me going and looking at that stuff and being all like, ooh, Unirock, is this real? Is this fake? But, it really clearly does show that it's most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
Yes, I do. After show on the YouTube channel Rockalot, ROCKALOT. Mods, share the link to the after show. Moab. This, Steve, is what you call a Moab.
Hey, just know you don't want to fuck with me.
How old is for this name, and I don't know which one was 36, one was 38.
I have a question for Steve.
For this name, and I don't know which one was 36, one was 38. For this name, and I don't know which one was 36, one was 38.
Midwest is right. Midwest is right. Midwest is right. Just know, Uni. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with. Just know, Uni. Just know, Uni. Just know, Uni. You don't want to fuck with. Just know you. Just know.